Americans are starting to prepare for the worst. Seeing what's been going on all year long, Americans are not taking it lightly.
Brothers and sisters, I believe the Holy Spirit is telling us to fast. I believe we need to prepare because it is going to be shortages of food. We need to prepare our bodies, but most importantly, prepare our spirit. As you can see with the stuff going on with Iran, gas prices are going up, food prices are going up, and many church men and women are not even aware. But I'm telling you, this is what the Holy Spirit wants us to do. We need to get in preparation for our souls. I strongly believe this because there will be an order out of chaos assigned.
That's right, in the chaos, we're seeing it. That's first. From this, they plan to bring order, and that order comes with compromise. You do not want to depend on the system. The system has been rigged. They're coming to steal, kill, and destroy, like Hashatan, the devil himself.
I'm not like out here trying to fearmonger or nothing like that. I just feel like I have to purchase a couple of other things in bulk now that I know preserved in the right way will last a very long time, just in case stuff starts getting wild. I'm making sure I have like seasonings, salts, and I'm growing herbs and stuff like that, learning how to preserve them. I purchased a vacuum seal system. Purchasing beans that I'm going to go ahead and vacuum seal into better containers. This is my current rice, but I just purchased like a 10-pound bag. And I'm like, maybe I should just go get a bigger bag. But, yeah. Vacuum sealing my flour that I got on sale. They say flour goes bad after a certain date, but, I think if you preserve it correctly, it can last a very long time. But yeah, am I overreacting? Or, because this feels different. I'm an 80s baby, and I feel like this is a whole different one this time, you know?
Does anybody else have that same feeling? A lot of us have been preparing since the pandemic and or before, right? If you haven't started yet, it might be a good time to start getting your dry foods, stocking up on water, a gallon per day, per person, things like that. It's just good to be in preparation for a what if scenario, that just in case this happens, because it's getting near and dear, y'all. It's getting near and dear. The times are here. You don't want to be without oil in your lamp or without being prepared. You don't want to be dumb. You want to be wise.
World War III haul, things are starting to get really heated. Gas prices are already rising, and it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down anytime soon. President Trump says we are going to be here for about 4 weeks, maybe. 4 weeks is a long time to be at war. And while I might not have everything I need, it's better to be a little bit prepared than not prepared at all. I got excess kitty litter, some waters, canned proteins, canned vegetables and beans. I also got a bulk thing of rice right here. If you have any suggestions on what else I should get, please let me know down below.
Preparing for nuclear war on U.S. soil. Now, this is an old timer. We know those that are older have knowledge. We all can learn something from them. I want to listen to what she has to say myself, and I want y'all to listen to what she has to say as well.
So this is one of my most important posts, I'd say. Preparing for nuclear war on U.S. soil. It's a probability. It's coming up really soon. With just what happened last week. Well, yeah. Okay. And yes, it can happen. Okay? And for those who say I'm fear-mongering, get off the post. Okay. And don't get into this religious bullshit stuff. You're going to be blocked and deleted. You're going to need potassium iodide pills. You're going to need, and get 2 bottles. You're going to need a Geiger counter. And no, it's not that expensive. Okay? You're going to need a hand-cranked emergency radio. Emergency stations will be broadcasting. They have their own power that's separate from the power grid. So you're going to need to stay informed.
If cell phones were to go down, you're also going to want nationwide, long-range PPT walkie-talkies. Those will be for communication. You want to be able to communicate with your friends and family members to make sure everyone's okay. If the cell phone towers go down, you don't have access, or your phone battery dies, Whatever the case, you could still be in communication through these. It's a privatized way of communication. Why these are important, they transmit radio signals directly between both or all walkie-talkies. They don't rely on internet or cell towers.
Okay, where should you go in case something like this happens? You're going to want to go inside, enclosed, and into a center room with very little windows. It would be best if you got into a basement. My client has a basement, and we talked about getting things down there and getting ready. And you're going to want to have food, water, emergency supplies, a headlamp with a light. You're going to want enough stuff for your family down there to keep them entertained. I'd say for 2 weeks. And Janet informed me that we are going to be using my master closet, so I have to let that go. Okay, Janet. So this coming Sunday, I'm going to be working on setting that up with our food and water and stuff. There's no windows in there. And we can barricade the door with a mattress if we need to. So, yeah, guys, it's getting serious. It's getting close. And so, yeah.
Prepping your house for what's to come. First thing I want you to start with is water. So according to FEMA, CDC, most of the federal agencies, they recommend 1 gallon per person per day. And that is for drinking and cooking. So today, right now, I want you to go figure out how many people you have in your house. And you need to go get a minimal of 5 days worth of water for them. Okay? We buy the 1 gallon containers, which are fantastic. So that way, if we get in a situation where we need them, everybody just gets their 1 gallon container for the day. All right? So check what you have. Make sure that you're rotating your stock if you do have some already in place. Water does expire, and it is important where you store it. You want to store it in a dry, cool place. I'm not sure what the guidelines are for pets. We have 2 big dogs. So we are allocating 1 gallon of water a day for both of them. And I've kind of been tracking it, and that's about what they drink on a normal day. So remember, 1 gallon per person in your house per day, a half gallon per pet, depending on the size. All right? That's your action plan for this week.
I want to use this time for you guys to interact. What are some ways that you and your family are preparing? Or are you at all? Some people saying they're not. They're dependent on the Most High. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But y'all drop that in the comment section. I want to see. Someone on this video, in fact, said, don't need anything. I have God on my side. Someone commented back saying God told Joseph to stock up for 7 years. Correct. That's Genesis 41, 34 through 36. For those that don't know, you can't just depend on him now. You also have to prepare too. We got to be wise. We got to be wise now. We have to be literal. We are literally present on earth. We have to take the necessary measures. That's all. And he gonna meet us halfway, regardless. Someone said God also told Noah to build an ark, right? And I'm saying God because we already got into that. Elohim or Alua wants us to be smart. Someone else said he gave you life and brains to use. Someone said, yeah, a lot of people said this throughout history during war times and wish they had done something differently. Someone said he helps those that help themselves. Yeah. Someone said this is really going to be people's downfall thinking like this. Elohim is not on your side if you're not listening. He told us to prepare. Protection comes from hearing and listening to the word first, right? Proverbs 21:20. The wise store up choice food and oil, but fools gulp theirs down. So that's for those that simply just going to sit here and do nothing. Oh, well, I'm not going to do nothing because I'm going to be saved, or they think they're going to be raptured. Rapture, not going to happen. It's not even real. That's not even in the scriptures. I'm going to be the first to tell you if you don't know. Look into it for yourself. Seek for understanding. Seek for yourself. Research to show yourself approved.
Why do the first 72 hours of a crisis matter? Emergency planners will often say the first 72 hours of a crisis determine how difficult the rest of it becomes. And most people underestimate how important these first 3 days really are. Emergency management professionals see this pattern in almost every major disruption. When something unexpected happens, systems don't usually collapse instantly, but they do start to strain. Information becomes unclear, stores start to get crowded, people start rushing for supplies, milk, bread, toilet paper, you know the deal. Happens all the time. People just go insane because they weren't ready. Services, they're going to start prioritizing the most urgent problems first, especially if there's a big event. This is where your situational awareness becomes more than critical. Understanding everything that's happening around you, staying calm, filtering information to make sure you're getting the latest correct information, and making good decisions instead of reacting in a panic. Prepared people think in terms of PACE planning. PACE stands for primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. If one system fails, you already know what the next option is. This is why preparedness is not just about one item, it's not about just one skill. It's about strengthening the foundations that keep your family resilient. Shelter, fire, water, food, communications, medical, personal protection, land navigation, signaling. Those are all core pillars that support survival and preparedness. When those basics are in place, the first 72 hours become much more manageable.
A breeze.
So instead of scrambling for solutions, you already have options. Because when disruptions happen, the difference between chaos and stability usually comes down to one thing: preparation before the crisis ever happened. When's the best time to start preparing? Technically yesterday, but for you,
Right now.
today, right now. Don't wait anymore if you've waited. Time to get it done.
Yes, sir. That was some news you could use, some valuable information. Turn this video off and start preparing if you haven't. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, it's your brother YT. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace to my Hebrew fam. Shalom and be safe.